Hey guys, what's up? Magic in the basement here. I was looking around and I saw that they're releasing a new product on, I believe it's October 5th. Yeah, October 5th. They're releasing a Learn to Play product. Now, normally I wouldn't say anything about these because, it's just one of those, like, random products out there, kind of like the toolkits and that sort of thing. But one thing did kind of catch my eye with this. First off, they're supposed to be 15 bucks, 14.99. You get two 60 card decks, two spin downs. Not horrible. I mean, that's what, 7.50 a deck or less if you count spin downs as something. I've got tons of them, so I don't really count them too much. But I mean, they're set up so you can learn to play. They're set up in a specific order, with a card that tells you how the order works for your first game. So if you are playing with someone and you've never played before, it gives you a kind of a step-by-step this is how the turns work sort of thing to teach you. I was taught by a friend. We had some generic cards. They weren't even full decks, dude. Like, back in the day, I was taught by a friend. We were using 30-card decks. It was ridiculous. We were just kids playing with whatever we had because cards looked cool. And back then, they really looked cool. So, yeah, but, I mean, that's how I learned. I taught a lot of other people with my own decks, etc. But this is kind of like for new players who never played, want to learn how to play. A good starting point for a decent price. I mean, you both get a deck for $7.50. I mean, if you and a buddy go halvesies, that's not bad. But what caught my eye is that on the deck list, you get this. Okay, this is that big old dinosaur. Now, this card currently is worth about $10.17. Okay? They're giving you a $10 card and a $15 product. Now, if you look, you got a buy list. You can sell this thing to Card Kingdom for $4.50 currently. I'm sure once, this gets out in the wild, that's going to go away. They're no longer going to buy them. But right now, if you have these Primal Hungers, I would either trade them or get rid of them quickly, because October 5th comes out. Once this product drops, yeah, this is going to tank in value. Not necessarily that's a bad thing, but I mean, just a little heads up. If you got these cards, get rid of them while they still have a decent value, a good value on them, and then after the 5th, when these release, pick them back up for a couple bucks a piece, because that's what I foresee them happening. So anyway, you get two 60-card decks with random things. They're not like the best decks, but they're like how-to decks. Got a couple instants, got a couple sorceries, some pump spells. Oh, these are Ravnica cards, but they're not showing what they are yet because that set's not out. I would suspect they're generic cards. And then the other deck, you got black and green versus red and white. So, I mean, they give you a couple of rares in each deck. They get, you get some rares in each color for each deck, and a how-to, and some spin downs. Now, I mean, like I said, I normally wouldn't have done a video on these because, it's just one of those things that I might do if somebody asks for an opening or something, but they're not out yet. But I wanted to get ahead of it before it comes out, simply due to the fact of the high card in it. So, if you guys have these, I would, in my opinion, get rid of them while they have a very good value still. Again, that's just my opinion. I could be wrong. They might hold value. I highly doubt that, but anything's possible in this world. But honestly, I would strongly suggest that you pitch them, get rid of them. I mean, they're like saying $10 on in value, so you could probably trade these for like $8 and just pitch them quick. And then when this releases, I'm going to foresee it drops down to like 4 to 5, if not lower. So if you're pitching them at 8, you get them back at 4 to 5. You're doubling your value on them. You know what I mean? Just a little hints. Like I said, could be wrong, and if I am, I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure I'm not, because I've seen stuff like this happen in the past. You know, most of the time you get a reprint of any card that's good or playable, it drops down in price. I mean, look at the Challenger decks with the Chandras and you know, stuff like that, or you know, just things of that nature. If it's in a pre-con and it's in a reprint, not all reprints, I'm sorry, pre-con reprints, I should say, like the Challenger decks, things of that nature. If it's in something that's it says every one of these has this card, that's going to drop the value. And with these being $15 for the whole 2 decks, etc., I would say that yeah, these are probably going to drop in price, because at $10, this is pretty much saying you're getting the decks for $5, the rest of the cards for $5, and that's just going to cause people, if that price held, like I said, if it held, that would just cause people to go out and buy these up quickly off the shelves, you know, sell the card, this one card, and keep the rest for $5. I hope that doesn't happen, because these are supposed to be out there for people trying to learn to play. Honestly, on Learn to Play kits or whatever, the starter Learn to Play stuff, I feel that high value cards should not be in them, only because it causes the scalpers out there to go and snatch them all up, and the new players don't have access. You know what I mean? So if you don't put stuff in there that veteran players want, then it keeps them on the shelves longer. But if you put stuff in there that has a high value or is really good that a veteran player would want, they're just going to scalp them. They're just going to snatch them up, you know, and it kind of defeats the purpose. But I foresee this dropping in value a lot. I do like the idea of these starter decks. I think Wizards needs to do more to get new players into the game. I mean, they're not horrible decks. As you see, the lists are online on the Wizards site. You know, minus the, you know, Guilds of Ravnica cards that they're not showing yet because they're not spoiling it. So the lists are there. Sorry. And I like the idea, you know, try to get people into the game, things of that nature. I think, honestly, if I was Wizards, I would, like I said, I wouldn't put a high-end card into it, but I do like the idea of them. So, all that being said, if you got those dinosaurs, I would get rid of them quick. Other than that, if you don't have the dinosaurs, you know, now you know a place to get them when it releases. So I'm honestly, personally going to pick one up because I don't have that card. I'll probably just take that card and give out the rest because none of the other cards are mattering to me. I will keep the dice though. The dice look cool. So I'm just saying, in my personal, you know, experience, I will buy one just to get that card. I know it's kind of silly when I could just wait for that card to tank and buy the card itself, but I also want the dice. So, anyway, that being said, I'm not the smartest when it comes to, hey, I need that card, let me just buy it outright. I have a problem with, you know, buying and opening packs and such. So, anyway, that's my video today for this little random set starter deck. In the comments, tell me how you guys learned how to play Magic. Were you taught by a friend? Did you learn online? Did you learn from, you know, one of the intro decks? How did you learn? And would you be willing to teach other people? That's the big question. Do you like it enough to want to teach others? So yeah, let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day.